Okay, so this is a cool question. The question is, how do we get gas prices back to where they were in 2020? So here in Wisconsin during COVID, they were down to around $2 a gallon, maybe even slightly less. And I'd ask Patches, but the honest answer is she doesn't know. And so here's the honest answer. And I will always be honest, if not brutally honest with you. We don't. The international oil trade, right, is arguably, well, there are cartels, but it is arguably one of the best examples of laissez-faire capitalism, right? Of free trade capitalism. Oil is needed all around the world. It is produced all around the world. People get it, companies get it, countries get it from wherever it is least expensive. Producers want to produce it at the highest price. Consumers want to purchase it at the lowest price. Well, what happened in 2020 with COVID is that we had a huge reduction in demand, right? We stopped driving. We were working from home. We weren't going to work. Kids weren't going to school. Buses weren't driving. We had a massive reduction in demand around the entire globe. Saudi Arabia and Russia did not reduce their supply. They continued to supply the same amount, which is what drove prices down, like I said, down to about $45 a barrel. Finally, in April 2020, Saudi Arabia dropped their production by 10 million barrels a day. 10 million barrels a day. For comparison, the entire United States refining capacity is about 18 to 19 million barrels a day. So Saudi Arabia dropped half the production of the entire United States. And we're one of the biggest economies, well, we are the biggest economy in the world. So as COVID has, well, not died off, but as the economy has rebounded, as people are back to work, as economies are growing all across the world, including in countries like China and stuff like that, where you had growing economies anyway that are now growing continually, exponentially, right? China's growth was somewhere between 6 and 10% every year. They're using vastly more oil. So prices are not going to come back down because of anything that the government can do. Here's where prices will come down. Prices will eventually come down, and this is long-term, not short-term. Prices will eventually come down when we have electric cars, when we need less petroleum, when we need less gas, or when we create a method of production, of supply, that is less expensive. And we are getting better at that. We are down to about $45 to $50 to start a well instead of $70 to start a well. So we're getting better, but it's not going to be quick. That's the honest truth.